I came downstairs on the 4th of July and found 30 strangers partying in my backyard. One woman I'd never seen was flipping burgers on my grill. Another was sitting in my lounge chair with her feet up like she paid rent. And right in the middle of it all was her, Judy Ellman, wine glass in hand, acting like queen of the block. When I asked what the hell was going on, she looked me dead in the eye and said, "It's just a neighborhood pool party." In my pool, on my private property. Let me back up a bit. My name's Tyler Jensen. I bought this house in Maple Hollow about 2 years ago. It's a nice neighborhood, a bit too quiet maybe. And yeah, it has an HOA, which I wasn't thrilled about, but the place was perfect. Especially the backyard. Big privacy fence, stone patio, and the most beautiful in-ground pool I'd ever seen. The previous owners went all out. Lighting, waterfall, even a little outdoor kitchen. It was my escape. I work from home as a software developer, so that pool saved my sanity on long days. The first year went smooth. I kept to myself, nodded politely at neighbors, followed all the HOA rules, well, most of them. And then came Judy, 4 houses down, always carrying a clipboard like it was glued to her hip. She wasn't the president of the HOA, but she sure acted like it. Started small, complaints about my trash bins being barely visible from the street. Then it was the color of my fence paint being off-white instead of cloud white. I let it go. Picked my battles. I didn't want drama. But apparently, Judy was bored. Because this past 4th of July, while I was upstairs on a Zoom call with a European client, headphones on, office window facing the front yard, Judy saw an opportunity. I guess she figured I was out of town, or maybe just wouldn't care. She unlocked my side gate and threw a full-on neighborhood bash. Coolers, music, kids in my pool toys, strangers in my fridge. When I finally came outside, still in swim trunks, still thinking I'd get a peaceful afternoon, I stepped out and froze. It was like walking into a country club I didn't remember joining. Took me a few seconds just to spot Judy. Big sun hat, barefoot, wine in hand, ordering someone around like she owned the place. I walked up to her, tried to keep my cool. "Excuse me, what's going on here?" She looked at me like I was the problem. "It's just the neighborhood 4th of July pool party," she said, like that explained anything. "In my pool?" I asked. "On my property?" She laughed. "Well, yours is the nicest, and you barely use it." I felt my jaw lock. "I use it. And even if I didn't, this is trespassing." She waved me off like I was overreacting. "The HOA encourages community sharing." I said, "The HOA doesn't own this house. I do. And I didn't approve anything." She shrugged, turned to pour more sangria. I told her, firmly, that everyone needed to leave. Now. That's when her tone shifted. "You're being selfish," she snapped. "Why don't you join us instead of being a grump?" That's when I warned her. "Get everyone out, or I'll call the cops." She pulled out her phone, smirked, and said, "Go ahead, I'll call them too." And she did. She actually called 911, claimed I was threatening people and ruining a community event. At my address. In my yard. So I pulled out my own phone, started filming everything. My stolen patio furniture, people in my pool, food spread across my table. It was all there. Proof. Cops showed up 20 minutes later. Judy bolted to meet them first, all frantic. "Officer, he's causing a scene. We have permission." One officer looked around and asked, "Who gave permission to use this pool?" Judy thought, "The HOA board?" The other cop turned to me. "Sir, you the homeowner?" I handed over my license. "Yes, no one asked me. No one told me. I didn't even know this was happening until I walked out into the middle of it." That's when the whole mood shifted. Guests started whispering, gathering their things. Judy's confidence cracked just a little, but she still tried. "He never said we couldn't use it." The officer stared at her. "Ma'am, that's not how private property works." They cleared the yard. Some neighbors apologized. One mom told me Judy had said I was away for the weekend and had offered the space. Judy stood there, arms crossed, fuming, and then came the kicker. Cop looks her dead in the face and says, "We also need to talk about your 911 call. False reporting is serious business." She went pale. Her husband, who'd shown up midway, looked like he wanted to vanish into the concrete. I didn't press charges that day, but I documented everything. And the next morning I sent it all. Photos, video, timestamps to the HOA board. They were not happy. Called an emergency meeting. Half the neighborhood showed up. Judy tried to spin it as a misunderstanding, but the board wasn't buying it. Turns out the HOA had approved a party. At the clubhouse. Not my house. By the end of the meeting, Judy was stripped from the architectural committee, forced to pay for professional pool cleaning, and got hit with a formal warning. And me? I installed cameras, new gate lock, and a sign that says private property, entry by invitation only. Now, every time I float in that pool, I raise a glass to the peace and quiet, and the absolute absence of Karen-level entitlement. So, who was really in the wrong here?